Okay then guys, so here is my fourth but not final The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild timeline theory, this time looking at the child timeline where Link is successful in Ocarina of Time. Now, there's really not much to tie it to the child timeline in what we've seen so far anyway. All we really have is the Temple of Time, which is in Twilight Princess, and pretty much it. Now, there is a few other things there, of course, obviously, but we know the Temple of Time is in Twilight Princess. We've seen the Temple of Time in the trailer. We don't know the direct positioning of everything, but in Twilight Princess the Temple of Time is south of Hyrule Castle, which puts Twilight Princess a little bit north of where Ocarina of Time took place, because if the Temple of Time doesn't change location, and we know the castle was pretty much destroyed in Ocarina of Time, so if that happens then they move the castle further north, keep the Temple of Time where it was basically, and then just move the castle somewhere else. But that's not what we're going about here. Now, with the other pieces of evidence, there's really only one thing here that I can see that ties the child timeline into the Breath of the Wild, and that would be starting off with this image here. Now, as you can see, this is a bridge gatehouse. Don't know if there's a gate there or not, but let's call it a gatehouse, okay? Now, pretty much we've seen this before. Not exactly, but this is a bridge that would have been there obviously for a long time. It's an old bridge, okay, so this bridge would have probably been built before Ocarina of Time and has just lasted all the way through to Twilight Princess, and it's an old bridge. So this bridge could exist in every timeline, but we're going to put it into Twilight Princess 1 just to sort of tie this up together. And the thing with this bridge is it could either be the Bridge of Eldin, or Eldin Bridge, or it can be the Bridge of Hylia. Both of these are in Twilight Princess, and as I've said, these bridges would be very old, wouldn't have been built in the same era. They'd probably been there for millennia, so let's get on with this. And another thing with this one is actually on the bridge where we can see a few things off in the distance. It looks like it's the volcano mountain area on the left hand side. Some grassy plains. Did I say mountain on the left hand? Yeah, mountains on the left hand side, sort of volcano type place. Grassy plains on the right. Big long bridge with another gatehouse at the end, and it looks sort of similar to either Eldin or Hylia bridges from Twilight Princess. I'm going to place it as the Bridge of Hylia though, mainly because of this artwork here, where we can pretty much see the exact same bridge right there below Link. This is the artwork that was leaked by Amazon. The castle is, I'm not sure what way Link would have been facing during this, but if we can look at the right hand side of the bridge here, it looks as if there's grassy plains lower than the bridge and a mountain area to the further up the image, which means I'm going to say Link is moving from the left to the right hand side of the bridge, because we don't see the castle in the previous image, this one here, but we can see it here that it is behind the bridge in this one, so we're going to assume that Link is moving away from the bridge in this one. And it does also have lake below it. Let's say that's Lake Hylia. So that sort of puts this game in the whole child timeline. It's pretty much the only thing I can find that does put it in the timeline of when Link won. So yeah, that's my theory for that. Not much to it, but because there's really not much there. I know people have said that Eiji Aonuma said that people are claiming that Eiji Aonuma said on stream that it was centuries after Twilight Princess. Now, I watched the entire thing. Every single piece of footage for The Legend of Zelda, I watched it all live. I did not hear this. and then the story changed that it was going to people who were trying the demos out, and it was Nintendo reps that were saying this. First of all, the reps wouldn't know this, and if they put this information out, they're breaking their non-disclosure agreement, and they would have been fired instantly. So that's not happening either. Now, I don't think it will be in this timeline, but if it is, these are the things that I pretty much think will link it to it. And yeah, now I have one more theory. So I've done the unified timeline, which is Skyward Sword to Ocarina of Time. I have done the downfall timeline, which is Link to the Past to Zelda 2, the child timeline, which is the one I've just done, and the the Wind Waker timeline as well, the adult era. I have one more. It's going to be a tad controversial, and people are not going to like it, but I think it's a sound theory. Anyway guys, thanks very much for watching. Really hope you enjoy this next video, well, theory video I'm going to do, because it's going to annoy some people, I think. Anyway guys, thanks very much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye now.